Hello friends, very good evening to everyone. Today I am here with two more indicators, that is ADX and MACD. You might have heard about these two indicators, but today we will learn the strategies which is being commonly used in this market. Let's start with ADX. ADX is average directional index. No need to write the full form, and we will not go to the calculations. We will straight away. Please, one more thing I have forgot to mention. Please keep a notebook with you. I'll be sharing few, like what are the strategies normally being followed in the market for ADX, and if you're moving to next one is MACD. Also I will tell you what are the strategies being followed in the market, and after that, depending on that strategy, you can build up your strategy also. So moving to ADX, its average directional index. ADX is a lagging indicator. As in very first class we have discussed about types of indicator. It's a lagging indicator. It gives signal little bit late. And what does ADX does is it measures the trend strength without regard to trend direction. It does not shows the trend direction, it tells the trend strength. It does not gives a buy or sell signal. It tells what is the strength of the trend, uh, be it a upward trend or a downward trend. It tells the strength. One very great thing about ADX is it is actually being calculated, being combined two more indicators, that is plus di and minus di. Actually positive directional indicator, and the minus di is negative directional indicator. So ADX is a combination of, just to mention, you don't need to write all these things, but when I will tell you to write these those strategies which is being followed, that you need to write. This is ADX is combination of plus dx and minus di, that is positive directional indicator and negative directional indicator. So now coming to the calculation part, we will not move deeper into calculation, but still the positive directional indicator is calculated based on difference between it is the positive directional indicator is equal to the difference between current high and previous high over a period of time, and negative directional indicator is calculated from current, it is the difference between current low and previous low, again in a period of time. ADX normally ranges between 0 to 100 and is usually calculated based on 14 time period. It's the default calculation. Actually, in many previous classes, it's being asked that we can change the time or not. What is the best suitable timing? It actually comes from trial and error. You can keep changing the time, and you can see what exactly is working for you. So by using that, in previous class, I think that is whole moving average is being taught by Nishant, what exactly it is. So as he suggested, it was for I think 21 days. I exactly do not remember. So he suggested for 21 days, but it's very frequently it's being seen. It's taken for 19 period. So 21 period is something which is being used by most of the technicians in the market. So again, ADX ranges between 0 and 100 and is usually calculated based on 14 time periods. And even 20 is used as key label for analyzing ADX. So as already I have mentioned, that ADX enables one to quantify trend strength. It quantifies the trend strength. ADX helps to identify strongest trend and even the range bound condition. ADX also tells Yes, this is if it's a downtrend, then it tells yes, the downtrend is strong and it could carry for few more days. And it also tells us about the range bound market. So before moving to more the strategies which is being followed in ADX, please, I think everyone might be knowing there are two types of market. That is, one is trending market and the other one is trading market. The trending one is this one, it be it a upper trend or downtrend, but the trading market is this one. The range bound market is called trading. So as I will use this quite frequently today, so I thought to give you details of this. So please keep your notebook and start writing few commonly used strategies in the market. The first one is, it is for a trending market. The first strategy which is being commonly followed is for trending market. If I keep on writing, it will take time, but anyways, if someone watches the video after the classes, he can understand what exactly is being taught. So for a trending market, one can enter on pullbacks in the sense, if I'm talking about a trending market, if the stock is moving in this direction and there is somehow a pullback, one can enter at this place. This is the strategy which is being followed and can trade in the direction of the trend. Not an issue. It's actually writing would be a little slower. I can just use this. So this pullback can be taken as a trade and can trade in the direction of the trend again, as ADX will suggest that this is the direction of the trend. I will show the chart how exactly it is suggested. So trending markets, first thing is, can enter on pullbacks and can trade in the direction of the trend and trade in the direction of the trend. So I think everyone might have written this. The second one is, it's for in trading market. So for trading market, what it suggests is one can trade in reversal either on support or on resistance. It is little bit difficult to find all these things unless and until you are into practice. In a trading market, what happens, what it's suggesting is one can trade on reversal either on support or resistance. If this one is a trading market and this, you know, the resistance, and this one being the support, so what ADX is suggesting, one can trade from here to this level either, or from here to this level. In trading or range bound market, another very nice use of ADX is, it is actually being used with RSI, which we have already covered. It is actually very effective if it is being used with RSI. RSI is something which gives you signal for overbought and oversold. So if it's being used with RSI, it also gives very nice indications. So now these three things which I have mentioned now are the major strategies being followed. Under this major strategy, you can find few deeper strategies, such as, let me first show you the chart which I have taken from Zerodha. Okay, let me open this one with paint. So is it clearly visible to everyone? So here you can see I have already applied the ADX. The application of ADX is very simple. You can take this one. Just a minute. ADX, something which comes in the very beginning. Yes, ADX. ADX, the default setting is to be taken, and trial and error is to be done by you. So taking ADX here, you can see I just opened this one just to convey what exactly the lines suggest. Here you can see the positive directional indicator is the green one, the negative directional indication is the red one, ADX is the white one. So please remember this one, so it will be very easier to see here. Okay, from now please start writing the deeper strategies based on the above three strategies which I have mentioned. The first one is ADX below 20 indicates absence of trend. So one more thing I forgot to mention is ADX, as we have said, ADX travels from 0 to 100. It fluctuates from 0 to 100, and three more things we have to keep: three horizontal line, that is one in the in 20, the other in 25, and the last one is 50. Actually, what is being commonly said as ADX below 20 is a range bound market. It does not show any trend, and ADX above 25 shows a strong trend, and ADX above 50 is the strongest trend, but it is usually not seen in market. So these three lines which I have taken is being drawn by myself. So here also you can see, you can draw these lines. Here 25 and 20 are being drawn, and one more line is to be drawn, that is 50 horizontal line. So the first one which I have already mentioned is ADX below 20 indicates absence of trend. So please focus on this area where ADX was traveling. ADX was between below this line. So it was, what it suggests is ADX below 20 indicates absence of trend. So here also what we can see is at this range it was definitely a range bound market. There was no movement. So it is going by ADX strategy. The next one is ADX above 25 indicates strong trend. So this one is the 25 line. So you can see here ADX is above 25. So you can see that there is a strong uptrend. The third one, which the strategy which is being conveyed, is increasing ADX value above 20. Increasing ADX value above 20 indicates increasing trend strength. I'm not telling about a bearish trend or a bullish trend, but increasing ADX value above 20 indicates a trend strength. Is whatever the strength may be, it indicates that yes, the trend which is being carry forwarded is strong enough. So in this case you can see that is the above 20. Here you can see it is above 20, which indicates a strong strength. Here it was a range bound market, and again it came down, but from here when it started rising and ADX was also continuously moving up, you can see till this level it moved. The fourth one is ADX crossing over 25 from below. ADX crossing over 25, this 25 line, ADX crossing this 25 line from below, from any point, like from 20 or less than 20. But one more thing to keep in mind in this case, ADX crossing over 25, first write down this one, 25 from below. And the special case is if it was under 25 for suppose 20 to 30 candles. So let me find out the case here. Let's take this one. It's above 25, and what it's suggesting, it should be under 20 to under 25 for at least 20 to 30 candles. So definitely there are 20 to 30 candles for here. What it suggests is it indicates that the price has broken out of range with sufficient strength. So clearly it signal, you can see it how clearly it is signaling that it was, this period was below 25 for almost 20 to 30 candles, and this was a trading trading market, and when it rose above this level, it says that it broken out of range with sufficient strength. See the strength of the trending market. Now coming to the fifth one, ADX above 50. This is which I have already mentioned earlier also. ADX above 50 indicates extremely strong trend, but it's very rarely seen. ADX traveling above 50. And now it's like ADX above 50 is somehow what is being said in the market is like you can place your trade without any fear. But again, market is king, we cannot trade with a single indicator. So the sixth one is ADX crossing below 25. ADX crossing below 25 from above. It's not crossing yes, below 25 from above. Again, the opposite one which I just said right now, uh, for broken out of range with sufficient strength. This is the opposite of that. ADX crossing below 25 from above, especially if it was above 25 or 30 for 25 to 30 candles. This indicates that now the stock can be in range bound. In that case, what we saw is like it was in range bound and it moved to a trend, and in the other way around, suppose we can take this one, but it's not clearly, it's not happening over here, but still it can be taken like this period. ADX was above 25 and it traveled below 25, and this period's candle was almost 25 to 30 candles. So I have taken a daily chart. Actually, it works very finely in daily chart. Actually, all my research and all my analysis are based on daily chart and 30 minute charts. So here, what I find, what we can found is that like ADS was above 25, and it was within the candle for 30 to 25 to 30 candles. Now, what we can see is it says it comes from a trending market to a range bound market, and you can see when it was below this one, it came to a range bound market. But never to say this was not a proper trending market, it was also being a range bound market. So this is where the market, why we say the market is superior. Few indicators doesn't work. It may not be working in this case, but as it is being a strategy, this is being strategy just because it works in maximum cases. So a single script cannot tell you the success story of every strategy. You can find it, please, as I'm saying to write all these things just because you can take your own chart and start finding all the strategies where it is being working. and trade accordingly. The seventh one is ADX value pulling back below 40. It is also normally doesn't happen in the market. ADX value pulling back below 40 indicates trend getting exhausted and likely to reverse. So what exactly it is suggesting, if something is above 50 or above 40, if this ADX was above 50 and pulling back to this level, then if at all it was a uptrend, then it says that this trend is being exhausted and may reverse from here. Reverse in the sense it can move to a downtrend. So normally, as we cannot see this in normal market, but yes, definitely we can try and find. The eighth one is trend is seen or predicted to be in uptrend when the positive directional indicator line is above the negative directional indicator line. So it's actually a very like little bit complicated calculation. Please note down this one. When we can see, when you can tell that is it's a uptrend, only writing uptrend, just let me write down for. So what exactly it is telling, to find uptrend, what are the setups required? It is telling that positive directional line, the positive directional line above should be above negative directional indicator, and ADX should be above 20. Positive directional line should be above negative directional and ADX should be 20. So let's see this one. The positive directional line is the green one, the negative is the red one, and ADX is the white one. So positive directional line should be above the negative directional, suppose this case, and the ADX should be above 20. So here it's satisfying all the requirements at this point. The positive directional line is above the negative directional line. The ADX is also above 20. So it says it's a uptrend. So you can see from exactly this place, it started moving upward. Again, please do not take these sessions or these these calculations into like you are seeing the next movement is little bit downward then moving up. So how to place these stop losses? A single indicator cannot tell you all the story, or the exact setup for the market, where to enter, where to exit, and what should be your stop loss. So that is why there are different kinds of indicators in this market. That is why there are different kinds of price actions and chart patterns are available. So combining all these things, open interest, what is actually increasing the volume factor, combining all these things, you can place your trade. So if at all you are trading for 5 to 6 points, then all this can be used. And the ninth one, we have covered 8. The ninth one is trend is seen or predicted, the opposite one, predicted to be downtrend when the positive directional indicator line is below the negative directional indication line and ADX is above. The only change over here is the positive directional line should be below this one. Suppose you can take this point, but the ADX is not above 20, so it's not possible to find. The positive directional line is below. Suppose this case also, the positive directional line is below, ADX is also 20, and you can see a small downtrend over here. So be it a 100% success, or somehow 20 to 30% success, but yes, definitely ADX is a kind of indicator which normally works. It's not like stochastics, RSI, which only says about overbought and oversold positions. It is actually the calculations are deeper. So it what I felt is it's a good indicator and is commonly used and it works. And the next one is when the ADX when the ADX is above 20 and positive line crosses over negative directional line, buy signal is indicated. So here ADX also gives a strategy to buy and sell. It may not be that powerful, but yes, ADX also gives a buy and sell signal. To repeat again, when ADX is above 20, uh, please listen carefully to these setups. When ADX is above 20 and positive directional indicator crosses over negative directional indicator, it's a buy signal indicated. So where we can find this one, ADX is above 20, this particular positive directional indicator crosses over the negative one. The positive directional crossed over the negative one at this particular, and here you can see it. If you match, it's given a buy signal over here. So you could have traded for almost, it's almost for a 50-point movement all given. uh, no one trades using ADX for a 50-point movement, so it's more than enough. 10 20 no, max 10 point is maximum, I think so. Using a single indicator, if someone is trading 5 10 points is maximum. And now coming to the next one, which gives a sell signal when ADX is above 20 and negative directional indicator line crosses over the positive one. It's exactly the opposite. Even pin bars, what Prabodh sir is suggesting, even pin bar is suggesting. I could not get you. Can you please repeat the question? What exactly you were asking? Even pin bar showing at crossing point. Okay, okay. So actually, between August and September, yes. Actually, what exactly you are showing and what is your takeover from pin bar strategies? Actually, I think you have taken pin bar something differently. Pin bar does not give a buy or sell signal directly. Pin bar is just a method to use in chat patterns. Okay, anyways, we'll be covering the pin bar also. In that, we can know in details. So, almost every setup is completed. If someone have written all these things, you can share the information in the WhatsApp group itself. So, now we'll be moving to, we'll be covering MACD. So again, MACD is also a very popular indicator. As many of you might be knowing that yes, MACD, might have heard about MACD. It's not that MACD which we go for eating. It's MACD. It's normally being pronounced as MACD in the market. So coming to MACD, MACD is something which is moving average convergence divergence. We have few pending indicator setups for
this. I think MACD we have covered, right?
MACD, actually I asked it before the class. Everyone suggested that MACD is not covered. I also feel like
It was.
MACD is not
See, it is
covered.
like a red and blue line, and they're crossing of those convergence, crossing of those two lines, right? Short. Uh, there is like small,
Exactly,
like.
exactly. But I think you might have learned from somewhere else. But
Yeah, you have covered series. I'll check the video. I think you have covered already. Rajesh, do you remember we have covered that?
even I'm confused. Like MACD is
No,
not.
no, it is not covered. Basically, we were covering some other indicator, and Sirish mentioned that it will be combined with MACD, and when he covers MACD,
Hmm.
that will be explained. So I'm just looking back to the notes to see what was that to combine with MACD. One moment.
MACD. Okay.
But MACD was not covered actually. It's not covered.
Okay, then Sirish, we can go ahead. Matlab, we'll not waste time. Sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Not an issue if at all it is being covered. We can listen once more. So MACD is something which is very popular in this market, that is moving average convergence. It is again a lagging indicator. It is a lagging indicator. As said, it is one of the most popular indicator in technical analysis, as it is damn easy to place, to use, and it's also being said as it's very reliable indicator. So now coming to MACD calculation, MACD, what MACD does is it's a subtraction between a long-term exponential moving average to a short-term exponential moving average. Not moving details again to the calculations. Usually a 26 days exponential moving average and a 12-day EMA is taken into consideration while calculating. 9-day EMA of MACD is used for signal line. So now coming to the chart so that I can tell you what exactly it is telling. MACD I have kept also. So MACD is having two lines, you can see. The white one is the MACD line and the red one is the signal line. Okay, okay. Uh, MACD is the white one and the red one is the signal line. We'll be moving into deeper what exactly the signal line is all about. And the charts which you are seeing over here, all these graphs, the green and the red ones, are called as bar graph or histograms. This is also used while trading. Let me open this one with. So coming to MACD, as MACD basically, what MACD does is it compares exponential moving averages of different periods and thus is used to indicate both. It's even similar to ADX. It gives indication of change in trend as well as it shows you the momentum. It gives the momentum. MACD, I think Ajay sir, you might be in the trading Patsala group where recently I have covered this topic.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yes.
So now what MACD, the difference between MACD and signal line is shown as the bar graph. The bar graph which I was telling, this one, or the histograph, is the difference between MACD and the signal line. So again, to write down few strategies which is being commonly followed in this market. The first one is a bullish signal line crossover. Bullish signal line crossover is something when MACD crosses over signal line from below. So now you can see what I said is MACD is the white line. If MACD crosses over the signal line, the red one is the signal line. If MACD crosses over the signal line, it is a buy signal. At this point, you can see MACD crosses over. And to mention one more thing, while you all are drawing charts or looking to charts, when placing all these indicators, please draw these lines exactly what exactly what exactly it will help you, like indicating yes, this makes the chart looks very nice, and it suggests if you are showing to someone else, it suggests like yes, you are known to this technical world and you know how to place your charts. Normally I do like this so as to everyone looking to the my charts could convey yes, this is where it is being suggested. So at this point of time you can see as being the common strategy, it's a buy signal over here. So almost a movement of another more than 100 points. So I cannot tell that every time it will be giving such a big movement of MACD, but yes, this point of time it has given. And the second one is bearish signal line crossover. When MACD crosses below signal line from above, so again a bearish signal here, MACD signal line crosses the signal line from above, it's a sell. At this point it suggested a sell, but see what exactly might have happened in this case. It suggested a sell from here, but it moved to almost a 30-point movement is already given. Again it came back to this level. So few traders might have panicked in this area and may have hit their stop loss. So this is where it comes into consideration that you cannot trade using a single indicator. It can one more thing it can be seen is it, it is also that you can see the histogram here itself, the histogram or bar graph, anything you can tell. Histogram which is 0 at the time of crossover. You can see whenever MACD line crosses the signal line at this point, be it this point also, what it says, histogram becomes 0. Here you can see this value has become 0, no candle is forming here. Here also it's 0 and here also it's 0. So what it suggests is histogram actually uh, suggests something in advance, that is a crossover may be approaching. So when can you see that yes, this the crossover may be happening? It is like when the histogram is getting narrower. When the histogram is getting narrower, you can see that yes, that might be a crossover. If histogram starts widening, it indicates the trend is getting stronger. So these now coming to the crossover part, is this clear what I said right now about histogram, like how to? Okay, so now coming to the crossover, one is bullish zero line and the other one is bearish zero line. Zero line is this one, the line here. This is known as the zero line. Bullish zero line crossover should occur when it is a bullish zero line. Please concentrate on this. This one is the bullish zero line. When it is below this one, when the graphs are below this zero line, it suggests a buy signal. So at this point of line it crosses over and it suggests a buy signal from here and it move to upward level. Okay, I'm just repeating all this again. Just a minute. Again from main signal. Rajesh, again, how do you place trade in the sense? Can you please unmute and ask the question directly?
Yes, Harish. When you apply MACD in Zerodha, let's say, I mean, ISTO is not part of that setting, right? You add one more on top of MACD, or is that part of
No, no,
MACD? How do you enable ISTO?
no, that is a part of this setting. Let me show
Okay,
you.
okay. Yep, please, yep.
So here, if we take MACD, here it is. So increasing bar and decreasing bar are already given.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
So what exactly I was telling about is bullish zero line crossover happens when MACD crosses over zero line from below. It's please write down this setup. There is a third setup which I am explaining. Bullish zero line crossover. The setup is bullish zero line crossover. It happens when MACD crosses over zero line from below. So as this one is MACD line, let me come to this part. As this one is the MACD line, this white one, what is what it is suggesting is when we will be knowing that it is a bullish zero line crossover when it crosses over the zero line from below. This one is the zero line, it crosses over this one from below, then it's a buy signal from here, and you can see from here it was a buy signal and it moved to this level. And bearish zero line is something which it crosses from above, it's a sell signal. Suppose this portion MACD line crosses the zero line from above and it was a sell signal, sorry, and it was a sell signal. It keep on a trading market for few days, but again it came down, so it was not that effect. But again you can see here, like at this point it was a crossover from above and it came down. So that's all for MACD.